that goes in for a messier kind of killing. Sometimes digging straight in, eating prey alive. As we follow the fortunes of a new litter of cubs, we ask, where do these habits come from? And are they here to stay? Is this typical behaviour, or will we write them off as lions behaving badly? It's a classic African scene. The lions look unruffled. The Cape buffalo, opponents built like tanks, size up for a dirty fight. Lions have developed what looks like the perfect kill. They've got combined power of the pride to bring down these giants. Custom-built jaws to crush the windpipe. The kiss of death, quick and clean. Textbook stuff. But in Makalola, Zimbabwe, one lion family seems to play by different rules. When these lions kill, they cut corners. Right now, one-year-old cubs swell the pride's numbers. Unusually, 7 of the 8 babies are male. Could this be a clue as to why this pride hunts the way it does? In the pride, it's the dominant male who pulls the strings. But for all the lions living here, the buffalo are the key to survival. Smaller prey just isn't going to provide enough food for a lion pride of this size. There is one sister to the 7 brothers. Born to Laduma, the senior female, Evie's future looks rosy. All she needs to do is copy Mum. But Laduma is set to have a harder job training her sons in the art of the kill. 2 sons already look set to shine. Malu has brawn, while Kimber has brains. Together, they could really stir things up. But first, and crucially, the youngsters must learn to hunt. Their days in the security of the pride are numbered. They hang out with the top lionesses. Our first insight into how this pride does business. Mardi, identified by a radio collar, is often on hand as a second mentor to the cubs. This is on-the-job training, and Mardi also acts as a backup to her sister Laduma during attacks. When hunting, they're the ones the cubs will need to watch. At all other times, it's the pride male, Panwi, who keeps the family members in line. At 180 kilos, more than twice the weight of a man, he demands respect, even from the oldest lioness. If he senses a challenge, things could turn nasty. Panwi's been in charge for nearly 3 years in this part of Zimbabwe's Hwange National Park. His territory, thick scrubland in the Makalola Depression, supports especially large herds of buffalo. The cubs will have to learn how to take on animals weighing 4 times as much as a lion, with tempers to match. As the cubs mature, they get a chance to take part in a proper hunt. Buffalo come to battle equipped with some of the heaviest and deadliest horns in the animal kingdom. Lesson number 1. Know how to pick the easiest target. When the largest buffalo close ranks, the herd is almost invincible. Laduma takes the lead. She's always up front. But how will the rookies react to the buffalo front line? Confident and strong, Laduma storms in. She's got a calf in her sights. The two boys approach from the flank. The buffalo fight back. Laduma lets go and the cubs scatter, but she won't give up that easily. The herd now has the upper hand. The cubs' first practical lesson ends in a reality check. What went wrong? It all started well. Laduma grabbed her chance. A calf, isolated when the herd panicked. But her sons and the rest of the pride failed to back her up in time. This gave the buffalo the chance to regroup. In the end, the lions were outmaneuvered by their prey. Strength in numbers and team play won the day. Buffalo 1, Lions 0. These cubs have got a lot to learn. The buffalo calf has too. She had a narrow escape, but at least she inherited excellent defensive skills. She's going to need them. Three months earlier, she spent a few hours as a helpless newborn. Still wet with afterbirth, she struggled to her feet and within days joined the safety of the herd. She'll have to use all her natural-born resilience to survive the lions of Makalolo. It's the driest part of the year, and the pride has got used to waiting for easier meals. As animals fall victim to thirst, hunger and exhaustion, the lion's darker side seems to emerge. An injured elephant calf hauls itself through the undergrowth. Noisy enough to attract attention. The wrong kind of attention. It looks like the end of the road for this baby. Earlier, a pushy buffalo herd unsettled an elephant family at a waterhole. In the stampede, the calf panicked, fell and was trampled. It was left for dead, but on broken legs, it spent the intervening hours dragging itself towards cover. It's in no state to defend itself. Usually, we'd expect lions to suffocate their prey by clamping the victim's windpipe before they tuck in. This is the first time Laduma's sons, Marlu and Kimber, have encountered a situation like this. What will they do? Dawn reveals the events of the night before. The lions started eating hours ago, but they haven't yet killed the baby elephant. Although still alive, it barely moves. Trauma has probably pushed it into a semi-coma. To human eyes, this might look brutal, but we can't judge lions by our rules. Young cubs like Evie, Marlou and Kimber must follow the ways of the pride. They just copy their elders. So, what has caused the older Makalola lionesses to dispense with the swift kill? Maybe the clue is in the victim's behaviour. This baby elephant didn't put up a fight. It's a quick, clinical kill only necessary to subdue a struggling victim. The calf died sometime later. But the pride's movements after this might reveal what's behind their unusual behaviour. They left and returned to the carcass several times. To leave a meal unattended like this suggests they don't have rivals for their food. In the heart of the territory defended by Pamwi, Laduma's family lives unchallenged. This isn't unique among wild lions, but it's a rare luxury. Laduma knew that the baby elephant couldn't escape. With no pressure to be fast and efficient, even hardwired hunting instincts can be short-circuited. Who wouldn't save their energy, given the opportunity? Their instinct to sleep for up to 20 hours a day, though, seems right on track. More clues about why these lions kill the way they do are found all around. Although Wangi National Park is largely a wilderness, man-made boreholes were sunk in the Makalola area to help the wildlife get through the dry season. Elephants, like all the grazing animals here, will travel huge distances every day to get water. When two heavyweights want the same thing, sometimes the pressure valves burst. With this steady stream of drinkers coming through the lions' territory, it makes sense that the lions have adapted their hunting methods to make the most of the bounty. But the question for the cubs is this: was eating an animal alive just a one-off, or are they likely to make a habit of it? Night. Pamwi's pride has woken up and is on the hunt again. More training for the cubs. Laduma is yet again the linchpin. It's not unusual for adult females to do most of the work during hunting, but tonight, she has an even bigger job. Marlu's strength and Kimber's wit have improved, but to make their contribution count, their mother needs to show them something new. Tonight, can they help coordinate the attack and show the buffalo they mean business? The calves, small and vulnerable, are kept at the centre of the herd, out of the firing line. Even for a lion, this huge wall of living flesh is formidable, and they lose their nerve. Maybe the buffalo sense a weakness in the lion's battle strategy. Can they spot the incompetence of Laduma's sons? Who knows? But the massive herbivores stand their ground against their oppressors. Once again, Laduma's sons have failed to raise their game. Such a sloppy approach would leave most young males with a hungry and desperate future ahead of them. But Makalolo, yet again, offers them a soft option. Another tiny elephant calf wanders alone. Born only a few weeks previously, he's been abandoned by his herd. Newborn elephants are prone to attack, and sensing danger, His mother and concerned aunts tried to push the calf to its feet. But he just wasn't strong enough. His family stuck with him at first, but eventually had no choice but to leave him and let nature take its course. He survived the first days alone, but unprotected, he faces grave danger. The pride has picked up his scent. But the baby gets a lucky break. A bull elephant crashes onto the scene, stalling the lion's attack. They wait to see what will happen next. The orphan remains at risk. Will a bull elephant, an unpredictable loner, tolerate a calf? They seem to form an unlikely alliance. But a male elephant isn't inclined to watch over a lost baby. Their companionship can only last a few hours. The calf stumbles on alone. The African bush takes no hostages. The sick and needy stand out as beacons to the hungry and opportunistic. The vultures are already here. Predicting impending doom is their speciality. Trumped by nightfall, they must wait for another day. They don't call it the lion's share for nothing. They will get the most of this easy meal. And dehydrated, probably traumatized, the baby elephant gives up the ghost, sparing itself from a more gruesome death. Marlou and Kimber, now juveniles, don't know it, but this will be the last time they feed so easily. They've got competition. Little do they realise, but their mother, Laduma, is pregnant again. Marlou, Kimber and their 5 brothers will soon need to think about moving on. 3.5 months ago, Pamwi picked up the smells, telling him the lionesses were ready to mate. He mounted them several times an hour for 4 days, a sexual marathon. The birth of a new litter will mark a turning point in the lives of Marlou and Kimber. With more mouths to feed, it's crunch time. The extra competition means life will get tougher from here on in. Although they've grown in strength and confidence, the brothers still haven't made a kill. The time for lessons is almost over. Perhaps sensing that they need a game plan, they give their mother some proper backup. It's a turning point for the boys. The buffalo look rattled. A fast charge confuses the herd, and in the chaos, there's a straggler. But two young guns have narrow odds against a buffalo army. It's time for all the brothers to get involved. By spreading out to create a buffalo front line, a standoff ensues. The lions still need an old hand for the finishing touch. This time, it's their aunt, Mardi, who backs up the boys. The cubs did help to execute a classic ambush, but they still can't finish the job. The rest of the buffaloes have sensibly backed off. So Laduma takes this opportunity to teach her sons another crucial lesson. Instead of quickly suffocating the calf herself, she lets it go for the young males to kill. With this opportunity suddenly thrust upon them, the cubs seem confused, lazy even. It's like watching a domestic cat playing with its food. Are these lions simply not hungry enough to make a kill? It's highly unusual to see a lion hold back its killer instinct. Even Mardi has a casual approach to the kill. Then, the calf suddenly struggles a little, and a primal instinct kicks in. Mardi grabs the animal's throat. A little sustained pressure and the calf will suffocate. But she doesn't see it through. Is Mardi hoping the cubs will come back and have a go? Or is she too suffering from the same laid-back attitude towards killing? Even faced with the wrath and weaponry of the Cape buffalo, can they simply not be bothered to learn to kill in the classic way? It's nightfall before the lions tuck in.